Hey guys, how's it going? This is Papa Joe for this week's edition of the Mail Shop Vlogs. Today we have some really cool guests from our sister city, Las Cruces, Project 1214. Not sure if Josue looks familiar to you guys, but he's been on the Mail Shop Vlogs in the past with his former band, As a Constellation.
Yep.
So currently we've seen him perform with his other project, Inside the Frame, and he has Project 1214 that also keeps him busy. So we were pretty excited when he asked to be put on our vlog. So go ahead and introduce yourself and talk to us about Project 1214.
I'm also I play guitar and I do vocals in Project 1214.
I'm Mrs. Stala, and I'm the drummer for Project 1214.
Nice. Okay, so that 1214, does that have any significance?
It was a conversation we were having at 12:14 at night.
The conversation
midnight.
started at exactly 12:14.
We were talking about music and stuff we wanted to do, and it was just like our collective thoughts of what else we want to do besides playing a rock band. Because there's heavier sides of music that I like to explore.
Right.
And that was just the time that we were talking, and we just said Project 1214, and it just stuck.
Yeah, it became a thing.
I had a double pedal, so like with our other band, it's nice to use it,
Yeah.
But there comes a point where you don't want to make something that sounds good sound completely different. So we thought, hey, let's build another path and try to emphasize it more. Try to get more to that type of music. Because the other band, Inside Frame, it's a lot more like cleaner, not too.
It's just alternative.
Yeah, not too crazy.
Yeah.
So it's
cool.
nice to do something different for a change.
Okay, we'll save Inside the Frame for another vlog because we'd love to have you guys too, man.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Okay, so how did you guys meet?
High school.
Wrestling.
Oh,
wrestling.
Wrestling. Yeah. You want to tell or you want?
This guy outran me. We were running our laps in wrestling, and he would talk to me, then he would just sprint and overlap me. And I was like,
I was still pretty big at the time, huh?
yeah.
I was
I'm
just
like a 130 pounder, and I'm over being outran by a 200 plus pounder in wrestling.
I really
Felt
loved
embarrassed.
I loved doing sports in high school. Like I did soccer, tennis, wrestling. Wrestling was a little more complicated though. But that's where we kind of met. Then I think a couple of days after that, I saw you walking with the guitar, right?
Yeah.
And it just started from there. I was like, wow, you play guitar, cool. And then it was like, bye, we went our separate ways. It wasn't until like, a couple of months after that?
Yeah, it was a few months later.
Yeah, I was at the flea market of downtown, just snacking on a corn on a cup. And then I got a text message, from, at the time someone else saying, hey, would you like to do something? We need to I think today, that same day, right?
Yeah.
Was it that same day? Yeah. I just spit my corn cup out, throw it, and I was like, all right, I actually want to do this. Then that's when I saw him, and I was like, hey, and then we went from there, started developing more things from there.
Cool. So, were you guys in band in school, or you guys were just in sports?
No, I just
Neither of us were in band.
Yeah, I just did sports.
Nice. What about your your influences? What influenced you to get into music?
All time low.
All Time Low was your main influence?
Yeah, well, that was the reason I picked up guitar. I heard one song, Coffee Shop Soundtrack, and for some reason, that song just made me say, I want to play guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I just kept going.
That's cool. And what about?
For my family.
Your drummer? What drummer influenced you? But it started with your family, right?
Yeah, in my family, I'm a third generation musician. Except, my family plays Mexican music. So music was something I started doing in middle school. Where I went to a middle school where all we did was play Mexican music.
But Mexican music is a very broad subject. It's you have corridos and cumbias.
Yeah, it was pretty,
mariachi style.
Yeah, it was pretty simple.
Mexican
what I did was
rock.
conjunto. That's what it was. Conjunto. Yeah, that's what it was.
I like trios.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
And then, at some point I just decided, hey, I want to do something different. I want to continue to be a musician, but I want to go a different path, And it was a little hard for me and my dad to get on the same level of that, because he's really influenced in that type of music. Whereas me, I just want to do something else, But nevertheless, keep playing music. I'm glad to be part of a family that's been playing music for, 3 generations.
Yeah, that's something to be proud of, man. It's pretty cool. Anybody in your family?
My grandpa.
Yeah, your grandpa.
He plays guitar.
That's cool, man. So has he gotten to see you play?
Oh yeah, he's gone a few times.
Yeah, he's on your shows.
Yeah, he's a lefty too.
Oh, dang. And it's important to point out that Josue is lefty. And it's crazy because the last show that we helped him get on there's a Black Sabbath tribute band called Black Savage. It was all female, and they were awesome, man.
Yeah.
But that night, there were 3 left-handed guitarists, like one in each band that played that night. It was crazy. It was like a hat trick.
I'm right-handed.
You're right-handed? So how do you play it?
To me, it makes sense to use my dominant hand to control my fretting. That's just how my brain works.
Yeah, that's like unheard of, man.
Yeah, it's a regret, like, it's so much harder.
So was there a time when you like chose to play left-handed?
When I used to play Guitar Hero when I was a kid, I've always naturally just picked it up this way.
Well, if you think about it, like your picking hand is not as busy as your
Your fretting is a lot more busy.
busier,
You have to
yeah.
focus.
And it takes a lot more like hand-eye coordination or mind-hand coordination.
Yeah,
So I could understand where you're coming from as far as like your dominant hand.
yeah.
But like I'm right-handed and I play guitar too, but I always felt more natural the other way.
It's just.
I just felt
yeah.
like more power in my dominant hand to like pick and strum.
It's just the feel.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, it's like very personal. Like the guitar becomes like a part of you, so everybody has their own interpretation of it.
Yeah, it's weird. Like even when I skate goofy, which is a dominant left foot thing, but I'm right-footed. It's just the way my body works. I like to lead with my right side.
Crazy, man. I mean, you're like a true right-handed.
True right-handed person.
It's crazy, man. And okay, so like as far as Project 1214, how would you tell somebody about your sound who hasn't heard you? Because we've heard Inside the Frame, and you know, I really dig that sound. It's kind of like a throwback, kind of like 80s vibe, 90s vibe blend, but I don't know what you guys sound like, so how would you describe that? Yeah.
More on the metal side, I guess if I was to give reference, it'd be like Linkin Park and Limp Bizkit, but with a little bit more screaming in it. So it's in that new metal.
Is there any like rapping in it?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. That's the whole new metal
Yeah, that's where
aspect of
you
it.
throw the rock, you throw the heavy
Yeah,
parts,
yeah.
but then you rap with it.
Nice. Okay, so let's talk about your original music. How many songs do you have like written that are completely yours?
We have 5 that are completely ready to go right now, and then we're still working on about 3 other songs.
So okay, like you have 5 songs. Have you guys mentioned how long you've been together, like as a project?
About a month.
A month. Wow. So you already have 5 songs in a month. Okay, so are any of those songs recorded?
Not yet. We're gonna go to the studio in about 2 weeks, and then right after that, we're gonna put them out right when we get it.
Nice. Who are you recording with?
Joel Parker. He's a sound engineer in Las Cruces.
It's cool. I mean, it's cool that like we're talking to a musician from Cruces because it's like connecting dots. You know, like we're pretty familiar with El Paso, and like a lot of people do so much work for local musicians, but it's very refreshing to hear like new names.
New names, yeah.
We're not familiar with Joel, but hey man, now we know. If anybody asks like for guidance with recording your Cruces, we can send them to Joel.
Message me.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so like, how many of those songs are you planning to record? All 5?
Yes.
And is that gonna be like an EP or?
Yes, it's gonna be. We're gonna have 3 EPs. It's gonna be like a concept. Yeah. So part 1 is gonna be called Nightmare.
That's awesome, man. And so like, okay, so you just mentioned the name, and I was about to ask you what you write about. Is that giving it a lot away, or like what are the themes of your songs?
It's gonna follow a cancer patient, more or less. It's gonna follow, because it's gonna be part 1 is gonna be Nightmare, part 2 is gonna be Repair, and part 3 is gonna be Recovery. And it's gonna follow the stages of what you feel and the stages that you go through, and everyone around your family.
Is are the intentions to like bring awareness, or?
It's just to help people.
Speak about it.
Yeah, because there's things that I write about or that we put out there that it's just about the way you get treated or just the way that you feel inside. You know, just if people can connect, that's all I want to do.
Have you talked to anybody who's been through something like that to maybe like help give you ideas as far as how the writing should be, or are you doing it like from your perspective and what you think it might be?
My mom's actually helping me co-write. She's actually helping me a lot with co-writing. I put the music together and she gives me lyrics and we work together on it.
That's like so
Out there.
personal, man. No,
Yeah.
dude, it's like I'm sure it's going to be very honest and sincere and commendable. You know, It's not a topic that's very easy to speak about. You know, and the reason I'm asking these questions is because like we have friends, you know, even like, especially in the music scene. Like we had a friend. I don't know if you knew Aldo.
Yeah, we played the show for him.
Yeah, Aldo was a very good friend of ours, and he was in several bands here. And he was just one of the most genuine, really cool kids that we met from going to shows. And he just passed away about a month ago. And
Yeah,
you know, a lot of us were kind of like walking the path with him because he really spoke about it quite a bit on social media as far as like his journey and what he was going through. He also spoke a lot about what he was feeling, man. So it kind of made it more real to me to read what he was talking about, you know.
Yeah.
It's not somebody that was just
An awareness.
posting something
Yes.
for the sake of posting it. That's how we really felt. Up to the very week before he passed away, you know, I mean, it was very heartbreaking to hear that, him say that they could no longer treat him and that he was being sent home. I mean, it's had a big impact on a lot of people.
Yeah, he was in the scene, and you know, whenever it happened, I saw what the
Yeah,
scene
yeah.
reacted to it.
And also, we also have a friend now, Adrian Montes. He's going through the same thing, and that kid's like fighting, man. He's fighting literally for his life, and he's such a warrior, man. And you know, we had a benefit show for him about 2 weeks ago because we really care about these kids. Like we meet them at shows, and it's funny because with Adrian, I knew his parents from when I was a kid. We went to school together, and we didn't know that when we knew him. We kind of just like connected the dots because he's my friend's son. And then when the cancer really came back like 2 years ago, and it really started affecting his health, and he started, you know, getting worse. And then now he's to a point where he has good days and bad days, and there's so many people just like rooting for him, you know,
Yeah.
just always hoping for the best for him, and like you start to like really care and invest yourself in these kids, man. So I think it's awesome what you're doing. It's like so commendable, man, for somebody so young to have the frame of mind to think that way, you know.
Yeah.
That's cool, dude. I can't wait to hear it, man. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you could maybe sell it and offer some of the proceeds like for
Oh yeah.
fundraising and stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna actually do. Whenever we get our CDs, we're gonna sell them, and it's going to my grandma, who's actually battling cancer now. It's to help fund, you know, the fees that come with it, all the driving, all the stuff you do with it.
Yeah, people don't
So we're
realize
making
that.
music, and then whenever we sell it, we're gonna give it back to her for it.
Well, you know, we all hope the best for your grandma,
Thank you.
and she's blessed to have a grandson like you, man. Okay, so, you know, and I can speak for that too, because I love grandparents, and I know you don't realize it when you know that their health is failing. You don't realize that one day they're not going to be there anymore, and you really miss them, man.
Yeah.
The stories that they tell you, and just their absence. That goes for anybody in your family, but like for me, it really impacted me because of my grandfather when he passed away. He would always talk to me about the way he was growing up in Mexico. Something to have in common over there, man. Yeah, my mother was born in Mexico. I'm pretty proud of that. So, okay, so where do you plan to share that music? I mean, once it's recorded? Because I was gonna ask, where can people hear your music, but it's still in the process.
Yes. I plan to play everywhere. Here, Las Cruces, anywhere. I want to get out here. I want to start playing any shows.
Just get out there.
What about is like a digital format? You can use like the Spotify, iTunes.
Oh yeah, you'll be able to find this everywhere.
Yeah.
I'll publish it where it's on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, YouTube, everywhere.
He does a pretty good job of doing that within seconds.
Nice. Do you already have like the path you need to take to get on those platforms?
Oh yeah, I already have an account for it
Oh,
to
cool.
just publish music.
I think it's like CD Baby, isn't it?
I use DistroKid.
Cool, man. So yeah, you're squared away. Like as a musician, do you prefer to hear your music like on the radio or in digital, like in a digital platform like Spotify or Reverb Nation or it doesn't matter?
I use my phone. I don't listen to any radio music.
Yeah.
They took down the only good radio station here,
Which was
99.5 Rocket.
well, that was in Cruces because we didn't get that here, man.
Oh, you guys
Really?
did?
It's like an hour away from here. We didn't get it.
Whoa.
I didn't know that.
I know. No, I'm
They used to
I'm
play
not
good
familiar with
music.
99.5 whatsoever.
Yeah, they used to play good, like, you know, Breaking Benjamin. They played modern metal, not like 95.5 where they play a lot of classic, and I mean a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was more modern.
You don't like Led Zeppelin and AC/DC?
I like
In
AC/DC.
moderation?
It just depends on the artist. I'm very picky with it, but it's not.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, like, you know, I love the Cure because I grew up with it, man. Like, it started in 1980, so that was like the age where I was like the perfect audience, like the age, you know. So over the years, I've kind of grown with them, especially the morning show. I love the morning show. But honestly, once it's 10 a.m., I switch. I listen to something else. I listen to either Spotify or YouTube
Yeah.
at work or a podcast. I like Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. Is there like anybody in Cruces doing podcasts or anything to feature bands?
There is, it's called Metal Meltdown. He does that on Wednesdays for 101.5 FM.
So it's live on the radio, or is it pre-recorded?
Yes, it's live on the radio. It's he basically asks his locals to send in their music and he'll play it. And it's starting to come forward. It's on Wednesday nights.
He's pretty cool.
But you have to be able to.
Send it to him. If you can send him the file, he'll put it on his playlist and he'll tell them about you and he'll.
Also, like you send him an MP3 and then he'll play your music.
Yes.
But there's nobody there who will like interview you and then like put it out for people to know
Not
about your
yet.
band. Well, hey man, there's an idea. Las Cruces is ripe for that kind of, that kind of like maybe like a vlog or a podcast. So
Yeah.
where Las Cruces bands could be featured like more regularly.
More consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have anyone out here that's pushing.
Mhm.
So
Like it's cool because like in El Paso, Judy and I have done this, and then there's also like there are several podcasts out there. I know there's some other guys that are doing this on YouTube, which is really cool. There's like one called 915 Radio, and there's another one called RX the Farm Tech. And I was geared more towards hip hop, so that's cool, man, because like at least the hip hop artists in El Paso.
yeah, you're spread out. You don't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
just one scene being pushed and then everything else is being pushed.
Yeah, and
back.
that's the thing about us too. Like people think that we're called because we're called a metal shop that we only feature metal bands, but that's the name of the mini venue we have here. That's the name of our home. We're not picky with any genre. We'll feature anybody.
Yeah, I've seen
Entertaining. So I mean,
there's everywhere.
that's cool with us, man. I mean, Judy and I were like at a country show a week ago, and it was cool. Had some beers, enjoyed the country even more. It was awesome. 2014, how many shows have you guys played?
We haven't played yet. This is gonna be the first time we play for anyone.
Ooh.
That's what, yeah, I wanted to put the music here.
Nice. So the song you just heard before this segment, that's like their first like live performance in front of an audience. So hey man, cool. You know, and it's crazy because like Judy and I, we're really lucky, man, because a lot of times we come in contact with kids who are starting a new project, and like we'll get to put them on their first show, so we'll get to go see them at their first show, and we get to see the way they progress, how they grow as a band.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we're wearing their T-shirts and they're giving us CDs. It's awesome, man. It's like a very fulfilling experience for us. So we're excited to have you guys, and for sure, I mean, we'd be excited about seeing you guys play a show. And it's crazy because like we mentioned, you guys are from Cruces. What are some venues in Cruces that you want to play?
There's only El Patio and the Warehouse. And El Patio is a pretty fun place. It's a bar, but it's just a really fun environment.
The people there who let us play too, they're really nice about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to make it a point to go to El Patio in Las Cruces. We haven't been there yet, but we see a lot of our friends from here going up there to play, and it'd be awesome. And the Warehouse, I've heard of that place quite a bit. But we haven't been there either. It used to be Hurricane Alley. Yeah, there was a time when they had a lot of metal shows there, huh?
Yeah.
When Stephen Freeman was here, do you remember him?
I don't.
Yeah, Stephen Freeman, he's a friend of ours. He moved to Dallas, and he was like promoting for a bit. It wasn't like a full-time promoting, but he was bringing some pretty cool bands to Cruces, and it was getting shows and stuff, but he moved away, so. What about any venues in El Paso that you like to play?
Oh, all of them. I really like Rock House. I like their lights, I like the production, it's really nice. I want to play Tricky Falls just because I know all my favorite bands have played there. Just to stand on that stage,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Nice. Yeah, there's like, El Paso has like, okay, Rock House, Tricky Falls,
The
yeah,
Low
Lowbrow Palace, now there's
Tall.
Neon Rose, Love Buzz, The Spot. Hey, The Spot, back from the day, it's making a comeback. So if you guys need shows, hit up Shane, man. Trying to think of where else. The Metal Shop.
Metal
We
Shop.
have shows here too. Yeah, we kind of like took a little break. Won't go into it too much, but people wanted to start fighting right there in that spot over there. So we kind of figured, you know what, we need to give these kids like a cooling down time. And maybe when it starts cooling off a little bit, we'll have a show or two, an acoustic show or something. We enjoy it, you know, like we like having our friends here, man. It's just when sometimes kids that we don't know show up and they don't know about what we're trying to do as far as have friends come together and just chill. They get out of hand and they want to fight. Like we like fights. Like I like the whole Conor McGregor and Mayweather and all that stuff, but not in my house.
Yep, didn't pay to see that.
No, they ain't got no pay-per-view here, man. I watched it on the free leaks. Okay, and then as far as promoters, I know of one in Cruces, maybe two, but who's helped you in Cruces?
Bongman, he's getting us shows out here in El Paso, and he's a really big help. You guys are starting to get us on shows, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and you know, that's not to say that Judy and I are promoters, because we're not. We help promoters find local bands because we like doing it, you know. It's not a job for us. We don't ask for like $20 per band or anything like that.
Yeah.
We do it because we want to.
Yeah, and I respect that because, you know,
Thanks, man.
people like to, some promoters, not all, but I see promoters take advantage of their power to push it onto like expectations to have certain things go their way before they just go for music. And you guys do it out of loving music and the local scene.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's very easy to forget that promoters are businessmen. You know, they're bringing the entertainment, and they're trying to make money as well. And you can't blame them for that. It's a business, you know. And when you have a lot of friends involved in helping you make money, it's very easy to get confused as to what they're trying to do. They're trying to make money.
Yeah.
Some guys, that's what they do for a living. But then they have a lot of friends involved, and then the friends get upset when they have to help them make money. It's just the way it is. I mean, there's never going to be anything that's going to change that aspect of promoting. It's a business. So if you go into it with an open mind, not expecting to, you know, it's all about expectations. That's like life in general. Expectations. And I'm probably talking out of my, you know what, right now, because I'm not a promoter. But that's just my take on it. You guys can, like, comment under there and say, you're full of shit, Papa Joe. But that's just how I see it, because I've seen a lot of it. Okay, so as far as shows and things that happen that are kind of like a pain, like pet peeves? What are some of yours?
Bands that lag to
Right.
load or just unload their gear. I like to be fast because it's just smoother for everyone. Or I would say certain sound guys, you know, they don't even acknowledge you there. They're just like, whatever. They'll just throw their stuff up there and it
Yeah.
sucks.
You see a lot of that. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I can understand like your side of it, like you're anxious to get on stage and start playing, but then you gotta wait for the other dude to like bring his drum set off the stage.
Yeah, and then they'll take each part off instead of taking the whole stand with them and just unloading it whenever they're off of it.
Yeah, and you know, like one of the solutions to that is like having a backline, but then I wouldn't be comfortable letting somebody use my camera at a show. So why
Exactly.
would you expect them to be comfortable with somebody using like his cab or his drum set?
Yep.
Bring your own cymbals and all that. I just don't get it. It happens though. Sometimes it has to happen because like we have a big big national act come to town, and you want to just like speed up the process because they have to their own schedule. We've actually seen like when a touring manager for a big band watched a local band take long to set up, and then once they were set up, the tour manager's like, "Oh, sorry man, no time, get off." I'm saying,
Yeah.
once they got on stage and set up, they ran out of time, man.
Yeah,
Just
because
set
they
it
have a schedule.
Yeah.
They cannot fall behind.
Yeah.
So as a young band, just keep that in mind. I'm not saying you guys take long because you don't. And what about like a crazy show story in your young music career?
The only one I can think of right now is we had a summer wing, which is a Halloween show in the summer, and there was about 100 people in a patio. It was an old patio, and there was a bunch of drunk people. And then this girl just gets on stage. She's like, "I know how to play the guitar. I know how to play the guitar. I'm left-handed. Let me play your guitar." And it was like where I could not move all my stuff, and I didn't want to be the lagger. And so I just gave her my guitar. I said, "Just leave me alone," because it was my backup. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I
The
was.
sad part about that whole thing is that I actually believed her for like the longest
You were
time.
anxious to see her like start.
I was like, is she really a lefty? Hey, yo, Sweat! You know, just calling them, like, come over here, check it out, she's a lefty. And then it was like, dude, she's drunk. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and then we had our friend Nelson just babysit her because of that.
Yeah.
And the best part was she left her purse, so I went and took it to her, and her boyfriend got there and he was like, "Oh, you're gonna just stand here or you wanna go?" He was getting shitty with her because she was over here talking to me. So I picked up her purse and I said, "Hey," I tapped his shoulder and said, "Hey, she forgot her purse." And it was just so funny to see his reaction.
Yeah, that's what happens, man. People start drinking and they get kind of funny, man.
They get courage.
They think they can play left-handed.
You can't.
It's not gonna happen. Okay, as far as social media, where can people find Project 1214?
On Facebook and on Instagram and Twitter, you can just find us at Project 1214. Thankfully, no one has taken the name, so if you just look that up, it'll pop right up.
You might want to go trademark it,
Yes.
copyright it. There's like this really crazy trend, like in this area, where people are stealing band names and band music. So I was, as a matter of fact, I was talking to a friend of ours, who's a local musician, about maybe having some kind of like clinics for young musicians to learn how to guard their property.
Yeah, so they're not naive to it. They
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what to do.
You know, kids think that just because they write it and they play it and they record it on EP that it's theirs, but if they don't take the extra steps to ensure that it is their property, you never know who's just gonna come and try and like take it from you.
Yeah, anyone.
And, you know,
Anyway.
why would somebody want to do that? And why would they think they could get away with that? Like, do they not know that the scene's gonna blow them up? I'm not saying that it's happened, I'm just saying that, you know, hypothetically that could happen, so guard your stuff, kids. Okay, as far as like the length of your set, your 5 songs, so you're gonna play your 5 songs when you start playing shows?
Yes.
Cool. How long would that set be? Like, so just in case a promoter wants to book you guys, they'll know how much you can bring to a show.
We could bring a good 25 to 30 minutes because we also are working on instrumental and it's just improvised. And so we can do 25 to 30 minutes of a set.
That's cool, man. And what about any advice you would give to a young musician?
Practice and learn stuff, even stuff you don't like. Learn music you don't even like at all. Just learn everything you can because it'll be good for you in one way or another. If you like metal, still go out there and learn blues and country and everything because you'll get something out of it. That's what I would say.
Cool.
I would say from my point, like, in terms of like quotes or something of inspiration is, just do what you love. Like do what you love, and if what you're doing doesn't work, do it a different way. See, because I played music, but I didn't like the type of music I was playing, so I went a different way. Thanks to this guy, I went a different way around it, and now I just really love playing music. You know, we have these little practices like every week, and it's just amazing to be able to do something I love with someone I enjoy spending time with. So that's just that. Just do what you love, and if it's not working out, do it a different way.
Yeah, we're also talking about, earlier we were talking about how, like, it's easier nowadays, it's easier to find, like, musicians, right? But just because somebody plays, like, an instrument doesn't mean that they're, like, gonna be a good fit for your band. There's always, like, very different personalities, or different schedules, or different ideas as far as, like, what kind of music
just
you
all
want
these
to play.
conflicts.
Yeah, so I mean, and it's, I don't understand it because there's so many musicians in this area, you know, past on Cruces, but there's always people looking for like a drummer and a bassist. And then Judy and I are around musicians so much, and when we see people looking for somebody, it's hard to think of it's hard to think of somebody. So I don't know. I mean, so you guys are a two-piece. Like, have you thought about like bringing in a bassist or a vocalist or?
Yeah, I've thought of bringing a bass player, but it's hard in Las Cruces. There's like, I've looked everywhere, I've talked to people, everyone wants to play the guitar, and I primarily write most of the songs, so I'm not going to give up the guitar for someone, but I would like a bass player.
Yeah, the thing with me and Josue is, and we go back to it, right? Since the beginning, I told him, hey, you know, I drum with you, you know, no one else. I support you because I know you'll support me, so that's the way it should be done, you know. It's two of us, not just one, so whenever he needs the help, I'm there to support him. Whenever he needs me to, like, you know, like pull through, I'll pull through for him. That's just like the bond we have, you know, we're such good friends that it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'm down. Like, he tells me, hey, I'm doing something new, you want to help me? I'm like, yeah, no excuses, no nothing, it's just yes.
Just the chemistry.
Yeah, you gotta be demoted, yeah, you gotta be completely like demoted, you know. If you're doing something, you can't just do it for fun. If you're serious about it, or if you know the other guy's serious about it, then you gotta see it from his point of view, and you gotta be serious too.
Now you mentioned that your band the sound is set like kind of new metal.
Yes.
Is there ever gonna be a time you're gonna introduce like maybe like beats, or I know some kids use those machines where they call it sound effects. Yeah.
I've thought about it, I would love to, but with that, it's just, if we do that, you have to play in time every time, so.
Every time you switch.
It's a possible yes. I would like to, I want to bring synths into it with the piano and everything too.
That's cool. I mean, you know, I'm asking because I've seen it. Like, we have some friends in this band called the Boxheads, and the last time we saw them, they used to be more like, I don't know, I don't know if it wasn't really pop punk. It was kind of Blink-182, and then a little bit of reggae also. But then the last time we saw him, I saw Tony. This kid's like so talented. He brought in, what's it called, like a program machine?
Is it the one with the little squares on it? It's just a MIDI?
Yeah, and he made it work. It sounded really good. It was really different from what we're used to, but I liked it.
There's that one YouTuber who's really famous for doing it, Sean Wasabi. Like, once he started uploading his little videos, people just started loving it, you know. Little do they know that a MIDI pad's a little hard to use if you really want to do more time into it.
Yeah. I don't know why, but when like I used to take my kids to Guitar Center, I was always like drawn to those machines.
Just to press on it.
It's awesome, man. So like learning how to incorporate that into music, I'm sure it's a lot of fun too.
Yeah, if you're listening to music, like when I listen to music, I move my fingers, you know. Some people do the two fingers, but me, I just put my fingers out and like do the beats with my fingers. So MIDI pad, like doing that on a MIDI pad is really cool.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
And then some people like it because some people aren't coordinated enough to like play drums, but they can do it with their hands, you know, just for fun or just to make music.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy because like we actually seen this friend of ours came and was on our vlog, and his drummer played drums with a synthesizer.
That's cool.
Literally, like through the whole.
Like the bass.
Yeah, like the whole set he was playing drums on his keyboard.
Wow.
And it's not like those are, I mean, of course, like, it's different from a natural, like a real drum set.
Yeah,
So you hear all the pounding and the echoing off the acoustics and stuff, but it worked, it sounds good. Okay, so as far as any shout outs that you'd like to give to anybody who's like supported you or been there for you or like, put up with all the noise and all that?
my whole family. Yeah, whenever my family can make it, usually they'll all go. So, you know, shout out to my mom, my nana. They're probably the biggest supporters I have. You know, my dad too, my sister. Shout out to just my whole family and anyone who's really seen us play. You know, that means a lot to me. Just being out there to watch me play, this is my dream.
Just shout out to, I mean, my family as well, you know, especially my dad, really big supporter. He was okay with me changing the genre of music that I wanted to do, so for him to be okay with that, it means a lot to me. Shout out to a good friend of ours, Nelson. He's basically the guy who helps us out whenever we go and like play shows or, you know, practice or anything, you know, or we need him to get something for us, he does it. Like John, you know, he's really supportive and, you know, he's like one of us, so shout out to him. Just friends, honestly, who like know what we're doing and like are supportive of it as well.
Cool. Yeah, and I also want to shout out also his dad, because he's a parent and he's involved. Like he's right here with them, man. And to Judy and I, that means a lot because like that's us right there, you know. I think you see it more nowadays, where parents like go to kids shows and stuff, and like it's cool. You see like the aunts and uncles and cousins. It doesn't happen a lot, but when it does happen, it's a good feeling just to know that kids can do what they love and they have the support, especially at home. Home is where it starts, man. That's where you want to have the most support. And I can speak to that because I've been in those shows when my son was going to shows, and Judy as well, when she was driving the priestess around all over town so she could like totally kill it on drums. She was awesome. For those of you who remember the priestess, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so we've arrived at the rapid fire. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna ask them, but they have a split second to answer 5 questions, one at a time. And I think I'm gonna go like with current events, okay? So like, do you think it'd be easier to survive earthquake or hurricane?
An earthquake.
Earthquake.
Okay, Fire Stick or Netflix?
Fire stick.
Yeah, definitely fire stick.
Dude, hashtag Team Fire Stick. Fire Stick is awesome. Except for like when they get outdated and you need to update them, they're pretty like
Useless.
useless. Okay, let me see. Arena concert or like an outdoor concert?
Depends on the size. I would say whichever is smaller. The more pushed up and closer concerts are the better ones. So I guess I'll say arena.
Outdoor for me.
Okay, your first favorite band?
A Day to Remember.
Ooh, there we go.
In terms of like metal and all that.
No, just
first
band.
favorite band.
Had to be Dance Gavin Dance. Like I really love them. Like even though I recently got into them, like really love like everything.
You know, I don't know why, man, but I just, Dance Gavin Dance cannot grow on me. Like,
Yeah.
I love Hail the Sun and all those Blue Swan record bands.
Yeah.
I love them, man. Like, they're some of my favorites. Like Hail the Sun and Stolus and A Lot Like Birds.
When this guy
Any of them.
introduced me to Hell the Sun, my whole world exploded. too.
Like when I listen to like Hail the Sun, like the whole like Closure Scars, when it finishes, like Spotify will automatically go to Dance Gavin Dance because I know it's similar, but
It depends.
I like Tillian like on its own though. I just
Really?
don't like the screaming. I think the
Same
screaming could be better.
Oh, we're complete op. I don't like Tillian's solo music at all. Same with like, it's funny, all three Dance Gavin Dance members, I don't like their solo music at all. I don't like Kurt Travis by himself or any of them. I like them in their bands, they sound better to me. But it's just my preference on them.
I do
You know-
like Tillian though, so
I love A Lot Like Birds, but I like them so much more now that Kurt Travis is not in the band.
Yeah, I
Have
think
you listened to Divisi?
yes, I think it's a solid album.
Dude, Divisi is life for Judy and I right now. We're gonna go see him in Roswell at the end of
At
October.
the
At the Unity Center, yeah,
Center.
I can't wait, I'm excited, man. The thing that happened is they came here earlier this year, but they came the day before Divisi dropped. So, and they were even selling the vinyls here. I wish I would have like had the mental fortitude to say, hey dude, get it, 'cause it's gonna be good. But they played some of the songs at that concert and we hadn't heard them yet, so that's why now we need to go to Roswell. Cool. Okay, so last rapid fire. I know that we kind of went off on a tangent, but it's okay because it's like small court. Okay, favorite Cruces restaurant?
Go Buzz.
does it even count? Santa Fe Girl, I'm telling you guys. You guys
He works there. They
Yeah,
have
I
like the 20-pound burrito.
yeah, you guys gotta go to Santa Fe Girl. If I'm working there, then I'll make sure, I'll make you guys a good burrito, but man, Santa Fe Girl, like, has a name on its own in terms of cruces, Like, if you're looking to eat there, and you ask, like, maybe 10 people, pretty guaranteed more than half of those people are gonna be like Santa Fe Girl.
But why does it seem to me though, like, I don't know if it's the same for everybody. Maybe I'm just like weird the way I think, but, cause like I'm a foodie, I can tell you that. Judy and I are foodies, man. But when I go to Cruces or anywhere past the New Mexico state line, the Mexican food changes so much.
It
Like,
does.
okay, like in El Paso, if you order like nachos, you get tostadas with chile con queso, right? And as soon as you get to Cruces, it's con queso. And it tastes like con queso. And here it's like chile con queso.
I'll
Crunchy
tell you
queso
that.
con chile.
I'll tell you guys.
Crunchy tostada. When you bite the tostada, the grease comes out. And,
Yeah. Las Cruces, every Mexican restaurant tastes different, I'll tell you that.
yeah.
Yeah, like, Compas is the best one to me, but like, if you go anywhere else, like Si Senor or, what's the other one? There's a few, Antilles, like, they all taste completely
Yeah, the
different.
same goes with like dishes themselves. Like me and my dad, one of the best ways we bond is to go eat shrimp cocktail.
Ooh.
And-
We don't, you know what? Excuse me, but Judy and I don't have to go anywhere to get shrimp cocktail because she makes the best.
Oh, really? Dang.
Check my Instagram.
Oh, I will. now I have to. I think the one place I do like eating a lot of shrimp cocktail at is Delicias del Mar. But like wherever you go, like whether it's a food stand or a store or you make them yourself, they taste completely different. The same goes with like anything like burgers, burritos, in terms of like Mexican food.
Right. I think it's specific like to the cook, right?
Yeah,
The way
yeah.
they learned it and the way
Yeah,
they
so
do it.
not everything you try will be the same, as in another place. Even if they're so close together,
Yeah.
or like right around the corner, they completely taste different.
Yeah, I used to love my brother's place. That was the name of the restaurant, my brother's place in Cruces, and it was over there like by the downtown area where the older buildings were. And I think that to me was like the closest to El Paso Mexican food because it was good, man. But then they closed down. Hopefully they'll make a comeback. And then I also used to like Farty's, but they've lost it, man.
They lost it, I know.
Right? Like Farty's is a New Mexico specific restaurant. We don't have those here. And after my last visit there, I'm glad we don't have them here.
Yeah, they,
Because, like,
they used
the
to be
service-
really good.
yeah,
and
the
then
service- it used to be
just
really
dipped
good.
down completely.
I don't know what the deal is. I mean, you might as well just go to Applebee's.
I just go and get fries and play pool, that's it.
I think we should start a brand new vlog on food.
Just food.
And now I'm
The
on
food shop,
Food shop.
the
There's a
munchie,
place-
the munchie shop.
There's a place at the mall called Sansei Japan, the mall by Cruces.
Yeah.
Or the mall at Cruces. And they got some really good teriyaki like steak. Like it's really cool. The guy I know there, he's like really friendly, and he usually gives me like these big like $7 plates, like you know the regular plastic plates. But what he puts is like rice, lots of veggies, mushrooms, and like teriyaki, like either steak or chicken. But it's really good. You know, that's also a good place to eat. Me and my buddy Nelson eat there a lot.
Did you guys go to Warped Tour?
I didn't.
No.
Just wondering, because we went to eat at the Panda Express afterwards, and it was good.
The Panda Express is in our town, but
Yeah, it was really good though. We went to one by the university, and we were starving because we're out there in the sun all day.
Ooh, really good one. What's your favorite pizza? Or what is your guys' favorite pizza?
Peter Piper, man.
Unless
Peter
you guys
Piper,
are-
Yes.
no brainer.
Okay.
Awesome. All right.
Peter Piper.
Just-
Order will fetch the sauce.
And then the second one we liked is Pizza Joint, downtown. We like it there because they have like acoustic shows, and then you can kick back and have pizza and beer, and everything just like fits like a glove.
Sounds pop punk.
So pop punk, and you know what? But we love this town, so that kind of voids all the pop punk notion.
we have a local pizza place more up the hill. I recently got him into it. We actually recorded his reaction as he ate the pizza, and it was priceless.
Was that good?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
You know what it tastes like? It tastes like Peter Piper pizza. It's a thick.
What is it called?
Pizza Palazzo. Yeah, you
Pizza
can.
Palazzo?
Yeah, you can Google them. You know, they're on the internet. You can call. You can actually call and pick up orders. So that way you can call them 30 minutes away and then show up there. It's a really cool place. Like I'm telling you, it's like Peter Piper, but it's thick. Like it's thick pizza. It's really good.
Okay, we're giving all this free advertisement. Maybe people at Peter Piper can give us some sponsorship and Pizza
Yes,
Joint.
please.
You know, like throw like a couple of large pepperonis. It doesn't take much. And then like we'll mention your business on the Mail Shop vlogs, and we have over 40,000 views. Like that's a lot, man. I'm kidding. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? I think we pretty much covered quite a bit. Huh?
Yes, we did it.
Yeah.
Had fun talking.
You know,
with you.
and I kind of like lost my train of thought because the last question was gonna be like, what was your dream gear? Like, what would you want? Like, let's say you got
Just
like
say
5,000 bucks out of nowhere.
You want me to answer?
Yeah.
I would probably say a custom shop fender. Probably just like Jim Roots, you know, it's one knob. I would probably get it all black, and then probably a Mesa 412 and probably a Kemper. That sounds like a cop out, but it's just consistent. And of course, a humongous pedal board.
Like a full, like with different pedals.
Yeah, like if you ever look up the band Brand New, look up their pedal boards. That's my dream pedal board. It's like, well, I kid you not, it's like as long as this table.
That's cool, man. Yeah, you know what? Something about the pedal board. It's like very colorful, and the guys are all stepping in different
Complex.
stuff, and it's awesome, man. It's like a little show within a show.
Yeah, it's
And then like you see all the people like taking like quick shots of the pedal board.
to see what they're
See
using
what
so
they
they
have,
can go
yeah.
get it. That's what I used to do.
Like my favorites one, or like this guy had like a Game Boy modified to a pedal.
Oh yeah, it was a fuzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then somebody had like an Altoid case
Yeah.
as like a on and off switch, I think. That's really cool. And what about as
Uh,
far as drums?
I really love Dama, so I probably get a much more expensive like Dama drum set. Honestly, sticks. I mean, I'm using a weird pair. I don't know if you
Carbon fiber.
carbon fiber pair. I was iffy about it, and actually bought them the day that I got my burn on that one show that we played at a patio. I burned myself, and then I had to play that night. And on top of that, I was trying out new drumsticks that I wasn't familiar with. And the guy specifically told me, do not play a show with them, practice. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go play a show with them. But ever since that, I mean, they work beautifully. I still use regular drumsticks for when I practice at my place, because I have two drum sets. I have what you would say is a salad bowl drum set, made of scraps and stuff, right?
Wow.
And that's the at-home one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good
'cause
practice
the
pad.
good one's gotta be at like your place or someone else's place. But the Tama one, I mean, every time I play it, it's like going Super Saiyan. It's like, wow, this is the real deal. So I would
Final
definitely,
form.
yeah, I would definitely buy like a much more expensive Tama. I tried Pro once. I don't know, it just didn't connect with me. There's still a lot of drum sets I haven't tried because, you know, starting out, but so far Tama is definitely the deal, like the deal what, sealer or like the deal breaker, you know?
Yeah, different, yeah.
Yeah, that's like Tama, and I'm like, whoa, Tama, you know. Or if I'm gonna play someone else's drum set, which rarely happens, but if it comes to that occasion, they have a Tama, I'm like, alright, let's go, I'm doing this.
That's cool, man. Okay, well, I want to thank you guys for coming down and hanging out at the mill shop with us and allowing us to feature you on our vlog project. Also want to thank, as always, thank Mama Judy for her hard work. I mean, she's back there, like in the control panel, making sure everything is okay. She's also checking like the front of the house to making sure there's no intruders. She's checking like the Doppler radar to make sure that everybody in Florida's okay.
The Chihuahuas.
Like the Chihuahuas are all under control over there.
Thank you guys for having us. You know?
Yeah,
It's
no,
really
thank
cool.
you guys for coming down, man.
Come and
You
sit
guys
down.
came a long way. I mean,
Yeah.
Cruces is not around the corner. So thank you guys. We're excited to see you guys play a show, and we'll definitely help you with that. And be on the lookout for their music, their recordings and stuff, and support them, man. I mean, Las Cruces needs love too. So
Yes. Our first song will be Lock Up the Pain. So whenever you guys know to look it up.
cool. Okay, and with that, we'll see you guys next week on the Metal Shop Vlogs.